Hello everybody, this is Doc Anime Robin. In this video, I will be unboxing and reviewing the Super Mini-Pla model kit of King Jada from King of Braves GaoGaiGar. Okay, so let's open it up. So let's see here, we got the instruction manual here. And these are obviously the pieces. You can see all these pieces like the hands and the lots of parts. And the stickers, obviously, to put on the figures when it's finished. No. Now the unboxing is finished. Let's take a look what the assembled figure is supposed to look like. And as you can see in this picture here, King Jada is actually a big transformer. So this is it in its robot form here. And this is its vehicle form, the J-Arc. And now let's move on to the assembled model. And now this is the assembled model in the vehicle form, J-Arc. And let's take a spin here. As you can see, this model is essentially a spaceship that's made to resemble a real battleship. So up here, it's got two sets turret gun, and on the back here, it's like the thrusters, and up here, it's like reverse engines. And Up here at the front of the ship, this anchor-like piece, it's called J-quotes. It can be detached. It's actually King Jada's most powerful weapon, and it's basically like a cross between a bow and a bird. So it's like you can shoot a bird out of the whole machine, and then it attacks enemy. And up here, it's a section that can be separated from the whole ship. It's called J-bird. And the turret guns, it's got good articulation. So you can basically put them to any firing angle you want for display. And because it does a good articulation, you can also turn the blades of armor up, so you can have the ship sit down on the surface if you want. And one minor flaw in these design here is that there's no actual any good attachment for the J-bird to cling to the J-arc with, so it only goes in and out by the sliding of the two armor pieces you see, which means J-bird is slightly loose on the J-arc, so when you move the ship around, you don't want to make some strong sudden movement, or this whole J-bird might just fly off, and you definitely cannot turn the model upside down, or this will just fall off as well. But overall, this ship is very good looking, right? So now let's move on to the transformation part of the model. Now we begin by transforming J-bird into its robot form, GaoGaiGar. So we straighten these two pieces down there to become the legs, and we turn the guns up. These become the foot, and you see this pin here that was holding the legs together in the J-bird form, and after you open the legs up, you can fold it up. And these two green pieces, you rotate it up to become the shoulders, and here now you get the arms down and stretch it up. And finally, turn the head up. There you go. This is GaoGaiGar. let's see the articulation of this figure. So the fists can turn, so can the wrist. So the downside of articulation is if you don't hold certain joints tight enough when you're trying to turn them, it could all turn. So, and the legs, the thigh, you can turn, rotate both of them, and the armor you can flip it up more so that so the knee can bend. And the arms, of course, can flip up, so you can put like a cool posture like this one, and the head can turn as well. Now let's look at the special effect parts of GaoGaiGar. So these pair of wings you see here, these are the plasma wings. They are what enable GaoGaiGar to fly in space in the Anna. And these are the plasma swords. They are GaoGaiGar's weapons. Now let's put the wings on. See this back piece here? You have to first remove it. And then you put the wings on this piece. Now it looks like it's grown wings and like angels or phoenix here. And the one downside is that once the wings are attached, the figure can be hard to balance. So you may have to keep your hands on it to keep it from falling, or it could be very easy to fall. We put the plasma swords on by replacing GaoGaiGar's fist with a plasma sword. So and with this you can make all kinds of slashing posts. So and this is a mode that J-Arc and GaoGaiGar really uses in the anime series. It's called J-Rider mode, as you see in this part. So GaoGaiGar only half transforms, which shows his face and arms out with a plasma sword. This basically allowed him to kind of maneuver in space, and while still attached to J-Arc, he can still slash against the enemies in space. Now we transform J-Arc to King GaoGaiGar. In the anime series, this transformation process is called Mega Fusion. And again, we start by taking J-Bird from the rest of the J-Arc. And now it separates to 3 pieces. And what turns into Jada's left leg will become King Jada's right arm, and the right leg will become the left arm. See this hinge piece? It's gonna become what attach the arms to the shoulder. And now you open this compartment here, and there you get the hands of King Jadar out. This is the left arm, and let's do the same to the right arm. And now, what was the main body of Jadar turns into the head of King Jadar. So that's the head and the arms. And now we work on the main body. The J arc stands up, and first, but before that, we first remove the J quotes. And you can separate this out to become the legs, and you open up this compartment, and the feet can come out. And this section goes down to become the chest and torso, and this part You rotate down to become the back, and come to look at it, it can actually look like a jetpack. J quills will be attached to this arm piece here. You can see this little attachment. This is and finally the head attached up here. And then lastly, you lift up the headpiece, the visor here. You go. So now here we have it, King GaoGaiGar. Let's have a close look at King GaoGaiGar's face. Most Transformers with like a face plate would have basically just that mask face plate, but King GaoGaiGar has somewhat unique feature that you can see. It's like this fangs and jawline, and you can actually open it up. And see there, yes, because a refractive sticker is put into its mouth. So yeah, with good lighting, it can actually look like the mouth is going in its mouth. And if we are looking at its whole body again, how does it feel? It's got its head is too big and its hands are too small, and that's basically because in order to make a good design for overall like good size of Jaber and GaoGaiGar, and then transform to King GaoGaiGar, things tend to go a little out of proportion. So in order to compensate that, they actually came with good effect parts for this set, and let me show you now. Just as GaoGaiGar has its effect parts, the plasma wings and the plasma sword, King GaoGaiGar also have the parts that would help it to look more proportional in size. And here's this head, and the hand parts, it can replace the less proportional hands. So let me show by, let's remove the hands first. head. Let's attach the bigger hands. And finally, we put the head on. And just as the big head has the visor that needs to remove up to show the eyes, you too also have to open this one up. And here we go. And now it's like we have the real King GaoGaiGar. And let's take a look again at King GaoGaiGar's face in this proportional smaller head. And as you can see, once again, there's a jar line, which and you can open up its jars just like the big head could. And also there's a reflective sticker in the mouth, so looks pretty cool, huh? It can glow. Also, like energy flaring up in its mouth, which is basically one of its main feature in the anime series. And the neck, the seat of the neck, also it's got actually good articulation, so it works better with a smaller head. It can actually turn. So with this, you can make many kind of poses. Yes, in the more complete King GaoGaiGar form. Now, I will do some poses with King GaoGaiGar to explore its articulation. And as you guys can see, this is like a shooting pose. So there's another feature of King GaoGaiGar that was hard to see with the smaller hands. Its fingers are actually laser cannons or energy blasters. So yeah, this, as you can see, the pose is meant to, like it's shooting at someone. Looks pretty cool, right? And let's turn back. And other pose we can do with the blaster fingers is basically now it's like he's shooting at you. Boom, boom. like the wrist armor can be flipped up, so it's easy to bend its waist down like this. So now it's like it's shooting into the ground. Now, and let's see what other pose we can explore. Now, here's another pose after changing to a different set of hands. So this is the pose where King Jada prepares to fire the J-Quos, its signature and most powerful weapon. See, it's like pulling the string of arrow. There's another effect part or accessory that can work with this pose, and let's take a look at this. In the Anna series, J-Quos is actually used like a flaming energy burst that once fired, you'll slam into the enemy and to extract its cores, which looks like this. Let me see if I can give you guys a clear shot. So it's like a bow with spikes. And now let me show you how it works with the model here. Goes on J-Quos like this. So in the anime series, once the core is extracted, the J-Quos returns to King Jada's arms, and having extracted the core, and the King Jada can grab the core in its hands like this. This same pose can also work with the shooting finger hands to make the pose as it's firing with both hands. See, now you'll look like it's firing both of its hands toward one direction. Another move to be done while when performing the J-quote firing pose is usually is opening up the jar in the anime series. Usually when King Jada fires the J-quote, he would open up its jar with a glow feature. Another pose you can try is, remember the booster on the back of the figure? You can kind of flip it to this angle so it'll look like you're trying letting it fly. So, so if you can find a stand that's big enough to hold King Jada, you can basically make it look like it's flying. And in this pose, you have all of its fingers and the cannons on its arms all working together, firing at the target. You can make it do a kick like this. This is the last pose I want to show everybody. In the anime series, King Jada isn't only equipped with the laser or the gunfires on its arms and fingertips, on its legs, and a few other parts of its body. It's also got kind of any missile launcher or laser cannons that's usually hard to be seen. So, like, if it's this is like a move for it to launch all of its weapons, and when it so if he's surrounded by like whole bunch of enemies, this is the pose he would use to annihilate any surrounding forces. Also, I want to show you guys a size comparison here. This figure on the right is the model of Super Mini-Pla Genesis GaoGaiGar, which is the main robot of the same series that King Jada is from, and much like the series description, King Jada towers over other robots, although it's not completely the same size difference as you would see in an anime series, but it's close enough. Now, let's take a closer look at some of the joints that allows King Jada's articulation that weren't very easy to see, like this part here, the connector that hooks the shoulder to the main body. See here, there's a part where you can move back and forth, which allow the arms to make all kinds of poses, and its forearm, you can actually bend these in degrees. So, and its arm and its hand here. So these joints allows the articulation that gives King Jada the all the ranges of moves he can make. And besides the joints on the arm, it can also turn it around its wrist. The armor piece can move, allow its legs to move somewhat freely as well. There's one minor issue of the model kit I want to quickly address. It comes with two sets of instruction. One is how you assemble the model kit. The other is what you do in the transformation. And the small problem is that it only tells you how to put the small head together and to attach it. There's nowhere in this instruction it talks about how the piece of Jadar turns into the big head of King Jadar. So the manufacturer most likely just figure that anyone who's smart enough to assemble the model would know what's going on, that it's how to transform it, and that it wouldn't really be the proportional part that you should use the small head, and they'd be right. But still, it's nice if they can be thorough. So overall, this is a excellent action figure, and I would definitely recommend to anyone who is a Transformer fan or a King Jada fan to collect this figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to my channel. If you have questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. And